Hello, and welcome to the MBTA Communities Catalyst Fund Grant Program Guidance Webinar for the fiscal year 27 round of the Community One Stop for Growth. To start with a brief overview, we have 3 program staff on our team. Myself, Maggie Kenny, a Community Grants Coordinator, Victoria Healy, our other Community Grants Coordinator, and Mackenzie Bell, our Senior Community Grants Coordinator. All of our contact information can be found on the Catalyst Fund program webpage. The Catalyst Fund is a fairly new program of the Healy-Driscoll administration designed to support efforts to increase housing production in the Commonwealth and to recognize local efforts by MBTA communities with an approved 3A district compliant with Section 3A. The Catalyst Fund grant program funds activities related to horizontal infrastructure projects associated with housing development in those compliant 3A districts. In terms of who's eligible, municipalities that are MBTA communities and have received a determination of compliance letter from HLC by the time of application deadline are eligible for consideration of a fiscal year 27 Catalyst Fund grant. And the Catalyst Fund is administered through the Community One Stop for Growth, which is a single application portal and collaborative review process. So what's new this year? In terms of eligible applicants, again, only cities and towns that are MBTA communities who have received district compliance determination letters are eligible to apply. Non-compliant MBTA communities are ineligible for Catalyst Fund funding. Public entities other than the eligible municipality and private firms are ineligible to apply as the lead applicant. Applicants with adopted housing moratoria or other restrictive bylaws that do not allow for at least a 5% increase in housing production over a single year are also ineligible for this funding. In terms of project location, proposed infrastructure activities must be within or adjacent to a compliant 3A district. Where does the MBTA Communities Catalyst Fund grant program fit within the One Stop? The Catalyst Fund grant program fits squarely in the infrastructure category and the development continuum, specifically in those top 2 sections. So Catalyst Fund grant proposals should fall under infrastructure to support housing production or public infrastructure to support new mixed use and/or commercial or industrial development. When completing the full one-stop application, you'll want to be sure to select infrastructure as the development continuum category. And you'll see from there the project types that you'll be able to select. As a reminder, there's more information on completing the full one-stop application, and you can visit the webpage where there is a helpful guidance webinar that can walk you through completing the application. On this slide, I will review some guideline highlights for this year's fiscal year 27 round. In terms of project budget, the Catalyst Fund does not set a minimum or a maximum amount of funding. Awards will typically fund projects with grant requests between $250,000 to $1 million. Projects with secured funding from other sources will be considered more competitive, and there are bonus points available for projects that have a 10% local cash match. That's not required to submit an application. It's just something that you will receive bonus points for if you've secured a 10% local match. In terms of project timeline, the Catalyst Fund grant program is a 2 fiscal year grant program. So awards that are made in the fall of 2026, those projects must be completed and funding must be spent by June 30th, 2028. With regard to eligible use of funds, Catalyst Fund program supports horizontal infrastructure projects associated with or near housing developments in a compliant 3A district, including but not limited to design, construction, repair, and other improvements. And we have those listed there, but those are also available on the Catalyst Fund guidelines. Projects can include improvements to sewer lines, septic systems, water lines, wells, utility extensions, streets, roads, curb cuts, etc. In terms of what funds cannot support or ineligible activities, Catalyst Fund grant program will not fund any activities related to the assertion of GLAM. Funding cannot be allocated to routine administrative tasks for municipal staff, and funding cannot support vertical construction or building and foundation activities, parking decks or garages, or development with primary municipal use. How to submit a competitive application. So a quick plug again for the Catalyst Fund guidelines available on our webpage. Those include a helpful scoring criteria, which will guide you in submitting a competitive and strong application. In addition to score, award recommendations also consider a number of factors that we have listed here. Those include any past performance with all HLC capital grants or capital grant contracts. We're considering regional and geographic diversity when we allocate funding, whether an applicant would be a first-time HLC capital grant recipient, whether a project has prior HLC investment or support. We're looking at successful implementation of any prior HLC capital grants. We're considering environmental resiliency and overall alignment with HLC Secretariat priorities. Some notes on competitive applications. So in terms of explaining how your project addresses needs that are specific to your community, really honing in on those details for us and elevating what is the need and why the project addresses that need and how it will support and leverage housing growth. We're looking for outlined, detailed scopes of work that can be achieved within the grant timeline. We're looking for evidence of progress to date and also proof of experienced leadership with a track record to execute the project, as well as feasible and defensible costs or grant requests. Fiscal year 27 round timeline. The fiscal year 27 round of the Community One Stop for Growth launched on January 23rd in coordination with MMA's Connect 351 conference. People may begin working on full applications but cannot yet submit those to the One Stop. We are now in our guidance phase, January through April. This is where prospective applicants can submit expressions of interest to receive tailored and specific feedback on their project proposals. There will be webinars available from the different One Stop grant programs, as well as the opportunity to schedule office hours with program staff. The application submission period will last 1 month, May 4th through June 3rd, and this is at which point you can formally submit full applications for funding consideration to the One Stop. June through September will be in a review and evaluation period, at the end of which we will submit our recommendations up the chain for grant for approval, and notification of grant awards will come in the fall of 2026. Again, we thank you for your interest in learning more about the Catalyst Fund grant program. We encourage you to please visit our webpage for more information and to reach out to our team if you have any questions. Thank you very much.